Hey, it's your minimalist buddy Carl. I'm here to talk to you about Ozempic. I've had diabetes for since my 40s. I'm about 57, 58, somewhere in there. Born in 65, and I've been on Ozempic for 2 years. And there's a lot of horror stories out there about Ozempic, and so I was just going to tell you about my specific, uh, you know, um, time with Ozempic. I'm on a lot of diabetes drugs. I used to drive commercially, but I can't anymore because if you're insulin dependent and your doctor won't sign your note, which my doctor won't sign my note, which is fine. Um, so I just have a regular driver's license. Um, but anyway, we won't go into all the other medications I'm on. But I've been a diabetic since I was in my 40s. I was like 42. I wasn't feeling well. I had a boil that I got on vacation in Florida, and they just drew blood anyway. And when it came back, I had an A1C of 14, which, if you know your numbers, that's just not good at all. That's like where you should go to the hospital and get your blood sugar taken down. Um, but they didn't do that. I started on insulin right away, and it went down. For those that don't know about diabetes, you want to be on a 7 or under, and most people are like 5 or 6 that are normal. So it's good to say I've been around a 7 to 8 for the last 3 or 4 years. So I've been doing good, and the Ozempic's been helping. With Ozempic, if you're not familiar with it, you do. It's a pen. It's a needle. You take it once a week. I started out with the small dose, and then I've been moved up to the larger dose. It makes it to where you're never hungry. Even the foods you love to eat, they do nothing for you. In fact, some of my other videos you'll see, I probably retired too soon. I'm not going to spend my 401k money. I'm just gonna work some jobs until I can get Social Security. Um, but I work. One of the jobs I do, I work restocking coolers at Sam's, and I see all this food. And when I first started working there, I'm like, wow, this job's making me hungry. But after like a day, I'm like, I could care less about the food. So you're never hungry. I probably only eat one meal a day because that's all I can force myself to do. And even when I'm eating that, I'm not hungry. Um, so in turn, it makes you lose weight. At my heaviest, I was at about 300 pounds. I'm at about 110 right now. Oh, and they say you get a Ozempic face. So I know this is dark because I was late getting this video out, but I don't really think I got Ozempic face. But my wife says I don't have a butt anymore, and I used to have some pretty cool calves because I play tennis, and my calves are basically have bird legs now, which is a bummer. But really nobody's going to cry if you're complaining about being thin or thinner or whatever. But there's times in the morning where you want to throw up. If you really love something and you're eating it and you force yourself to eat more than you want, uh, you'll get ill, like you're going to throw up. And I imagine some people do throw up. I've always been a person that barely ever throws up, so I get nauseous and I can just deal with it and I don't throw up. But sometimes I get nauseous to where I'm like, boy, if I just threw up, I'd probably just feel a lot better and get it over with. But I've been doing about 2 years, 3 years, and it's okay. Um, you'll start eating a meal, and there's places we go to that we went to our whole lives, and I can't I can't order what I normally order, and I'll order like half of it, and then I still won't be able to eat it all. And the waitresses are just like, "Oh, you're not hungry." I'm like, "Oh, I wish, but no." And it's the food, it's food I love. I'd love just to order it and clean it all up, but you can't. Um, it's foul stuff rutting in my gut or diarrhea, none of that. I poop once a day after my morning coffee, so I don't really think I have an issue with that. So anyway, the Ozempic's good. For those of you that are watching my My other videos, I mean, this one was on Ozempic, and I'll do a lot of other videos that are on specific things in my life that may mean nothing to anybody. But mainly, my big thing is I'm a minimalist. I used to live large, live in a huge house, 2 kids, big dog, the whole shebang. And then the housing crash beat me down, and then I was, the sickness in the 2000s just took me out. The 2020s just took me out, and so that took away the big earner job that I had, and so now but that's how that goes. So anyway, but it's cool because I've always wanted to live small. I was always inspired by Into the Wild. That guy just lived. He was a barefoot tramp, just lived on his feet, didn't even have a car, and finished college, burned the rest of his money, kept like $800, and then just lived off that, and just went, traveled and had fun. I mean, that's cool. I'd like to live in a van, but of course I'm married, so the wife doesn't want to go that small. So after the house, we went to a couple condos. If you've lived in condos, you know that the condo police. It's tough, and then there's assessments and stuff like that. So we wanted to get away from that, but we didn't want to go back to a house. We didn't want to go to a condo. Luckily, the housing market was awesome, so we sold our house for way more than what we paid for it. Well, so sold our condo for way more than what we paid for it, so we're fine there. Bought a camper free and clear, which, to be honest, we're not in yet. But that's because we sold the house in October, bought the camper in November, and we live in Illinois, so it's cold here. And I watched the YouTube videos about living in a camper when it's cold out and it's below zero. And they say how you can control moisture, and they say how you can be warm, and they talk about it, but to me, they all look miserable. That it's just not fun, and you wouldn't want to do it. And I don't think we'll do it either. I mean, we're living with our son until sometime this month, and then we're going to move into the camper full time. If we didn't have our son, we'd probably get an extended stay hotel and stay in that for the dead of winter, just to get through that. I'm on my way home from the gym. I have a gym membership, $25 a month. Take all the showers I want. Hot tub, jacuzzi, steam room, sauna, TV room. Shoot, if I lived in a van, I could just park in this parking lot and I'd be fine. Have everything I need. But that's pretty much it as far as that's going. I think our son's getting a little tired of us being there, so it's time to move out. Anyway, if you've gotten this far, really appreciate that you watched it all through. You're looking amazing today. I don't know how you do it. It's a tough day today. But the one thing I really love doing is to make an effort once a day just to do something special or something nice to somebody that you don't even know for no reason, with no expectation of anything. Just to be good to that person. Like if you're in for instance, one time we were eating breakfast and someone had paid for our breakfast that we didn't even know who they were. So we've done that. Paying for someone's stuff at McDonald's that's behind you, because there's no way they'll know you, be able to thank you. If that's the one thing I can spread around, some unconditional joy to people, that's amazing, because it just, when that happens to you, it makes your day. It's fun to do it for other people. And then, if everybody was just kind to everybody, it'd be awesome. So, take care, and thank you very much.